Lil B and the Hater.
Every fucking time. Hello, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for joining us. We have you our final,
amazing way to welcome me out is on.
Final top 10 for the 2020.
Finally.
Next week, we will have a special guest with my brother coming back on, and we're doing a My Guy episode from all the top prospects we've watched. I have over 220 prospects now into tape watching, and it's a lot.
I had no idea. I don't keep track, but I'm pretty sure I'm around 200. I did a lot of offensive linemen.
Yeah, that's the one. I need to go back on more offensive linemen and more defensive line. But
I went like putting all down 15 place.
Yeah, I need to focus some more on some of these guys. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm glad to have this part over. Tape is a lot of work. Watching tape takes a lot. It's a lot into it, a lot of notes, a lot of, you just can't watch tape. When you just watch tape, it's not as bad, but when you want to sit there, write notes and follow all up, it's a Herculean task.
It's not like, and it might just be me, but it's not like it used to be where I could just sit down and I could watch all the tape I want. I have all the time.
Yeah, we're grown people. Is that we have full-time jobs. But let's not get too much into that. Let's get into it. We have our top 10 quarterbacks. It is the final one, as we've said. And my guys, then the following 3 weeks will be a first-round mock, a 3-round mock, and then potentially a full 7, depending. That one's still in the air. But it's going to be a mock. We just don't know how long. So let's get into it. We have our top 10 quarterbacks.
Dun, dun. Oh, the first dun, dun, dun. There we go.
Riley Leonard, Notre Dame. So Riley Leonard from Notre Dame, obviously Duke for the last couple of years before that, is 22 years old. He's 6'4", 216. I wrote down all of his stats, but I'm just going to go and talk. Let's talk about last season. Let's not worry about his other 2 seasons. He threw it for 403 times, 269 completions. So that's the 66.7 completion rating with only 2861 yards. So he's not very much a deep threat. A lot of dink and dunk passes there for Riley Leonard. He was 21-8. So not too bad for touchdown to interception ratio. But the one thing people you need to know about Riley Leonard, he rushed for 184 times for 906 yards and 17 touchdowns. He doesn't have the arm, but he has the legs of Josh Allen. He offers that same aspect to his game. He has okay arm strength, as we've talked. He has very long strides, good speed. He does extend the play really well. He's very athletic, so he adds that to his games. Good footwork, but not the. It is some of my favorite. Not the best. I mean, I love it, but I don't like it's. I mean, I think a lot of these guys need footwork, so I think this is like the class that all of the quarterbacks really need a lot of footwork.
Yeah, the
quick release.
And a lot of these guys.
Yeah, very quick release. Probably relies too much on his legs.
Yeah.
And then he loves to fucking jump.
What is that? What is that about?
I don't know, but that was the one thing that annoyed me. And for no reason. Oh, I'm coming into a defender. Let me jump into him for – what are you doing? You're my quarterback.
It's like you press the Y button or something.
Yeah. I mean, into contact. That's what's frustrating. Like, you're my quarterback. I don't need you getting hurt. But he is hard to bring down. Pretty shifty, pretty agility-wise. But – I love him in the pocket. Like him when he sits, I was telling you about this. When he sits in the pocket and he throws, he looks like a quarterback. I mean, he has the beautiful throwing motion, technique. He just looks pretty when he steps into the pocket and he throws it. I like Riley Leonard. I think Riley Leonard is just a backup. No, I don't think there's any.
I have that in my notes as well. But I'll get to him in a little bit here.
Oh, Curtis Rourke.
Curtis Rourke. 6'4", 6'1". The only problem with this is why I have a little lower. 24 and 24. A lot of these quarterbacks are kind of old.
It's a very old quarterback class. It's the final year of the COVID guys, so we should stop seeing these older guys as many. But we say that now we have all these NIL rulings and everything with these guys be able to play more. Sorry, sneeze. So we probably will never get rid of the old if they allow these guys to play junior and D2 and not have,
No, we have like a guy that's like 9 years or something.
Yeah, what was it? The tight end for Miami? Like 8 years or something crazy.
Mike McCormick or whatever his name was. Yeah, Curtis Rourke, sorry. Stephen Lowe, solid footwork. Number one is I really like his style. I feel like we don't talk about that much, but when you have a tight spiral, that means you have the velocity on the ball. Makes the throws on the deep ball right out in front of him. Like if you like it hits me out in front, so they can go down. We're not hitting it behind the back.
He has very good ball placement, very accurate. I have that notes for him as well.
His game against Ohio State, though.
And his game against Michigan is also not that great. Michigan.
So, what's that say about him? Like, he's good against football defenses, but
to defend Curtis Rourke here, that was a quick turnaround build by the head coach Kurt Cinetti. So it's not like Indiana had a lot of great talent. Curtis Rourke did a lot with less talent. So he did everything you wanted him to do with the team, and he raised his team up. He made that team.
I like him. I think he'll be a solid backup.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
All right, what do we got? All right, that Riley Leonard at 9. What else can I say? I mean, you hit all the nails on the head there.
Yeah.
He wasn't afraid to put his body on the line at Jordan. Set that in. Not at him on. He's not going to allow him with his arm.
He does have a good. I mean, he does. He can throw it deep. He does, but it's not part of his game. How about that?
It's not his game. He's not going to cut it down. But he can throw it.
Yeah, he's an instinctive runner. There, I didn't say that. He is a very instinctive runner. He does know when he run. But again, he's instinctive. But I think he relies too much on that as well.
Yeah, I didn't know. There's some times where he's kind of bailing out of the pocket. Well, we don't have Will Howard on our list, so spoiler alert. But it's kind of like Will Howard, but a little bit less. Like that, where he's just like, he looks the one wide receiver, been bailing out of the pocket. Like, why?
But speaking of Will Howard is not athletic like Riley Leonard. Will Howard has no reason to try to run as much as Will Howard tries to run.
Right. Leonard is like a super athletic. And he's getting solid backup. There's getting a lot of solid backups.
This is the way. You know how we talk about 22 being the year of backup quarterbacks, and all those guys kind of really sucked more than we thought they were going to as backups. This class is actually a very solid class of backups. This class is not. It's not last year's class or the year before class, but this is a very solid quarterback class for backups. And a lot of these guys will just bounce around the league for the next 6 to 8 years as backups.
So the mentality who he reminds me of is kind of like Andy Dalton. Like, he's going to give it all. He's going to get all he got. He may not get the respect. He may flip the bed in big games, but
Yeah, right. It's Riley Leonard. I like him. That's all I'll say.
I like him.
I forget who I have it. All right.
Wow.
I
Oh,
love.
God. Whoa.
I love Seth Hannigan. When you talk,
Awful.
I did not. I couldn't. I didn't want to give it away, but I love Seth Hannigan. I don't know why you don't like Seth Hannigan, but let me go.
When you're done, I'll give you my reason. Go ahead.
Seth Hannigan is the quarterback from Memphis. He's 22 years old, 6'3", 215. His last season at Memphis, 477 attempts for 309 completions. That's a 64.8 dyslexia completion. He threw for 3,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. All of his years are at Memphis. He never transferred or anything like that, so he stayed committed. I think he could have been a guy that could have been like a Will Howard, jump into a bigger program and doing a little bit more to help himself, but he's stuck at Memphis. He had a very great combine. Beautiful deep ball, strong arm. He's prototypical. He has some run ability. He can extend the plays with his legs. He can throw from all different platforms. He does have a weird half throw. It's not as bad as like Phillip Rivers, but he does throw from his side more than he does throw over his shoulder.
Weird motion.
He has flat footwork in the pocket, which you could easily coach out. Most coaches want them to be on their tippy toes to be able to. He is a patient thrower. He doesn't turn over the ball. Obviously, he never had more than double digits, and he started all 4 years at Memphis and never threw for more than 9 touchdowns or 9 interceptions. He can throw the ball easily 50 yards plus. He moves well in the pocket, very quick release. I mean, I can sit here all day. I love Seth Hannigan. I really think he to me is the Kirk Cousins of this class. Not you. You take 5th, 6th round, and he could be the guy who's your starter. Like he could be that. I really like Seth Hannigan. I'm bullish on Seth. That's what I got.
The flat-footedness, the throwing out his back foot all the time. It's going to get him in trouble.
Question.
Hold on.
Question.
The arm angle is another one that I must like.
I can't say anything actually. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna bring that back to you in a little while.
But my thing is,
all back around in a little while.
We will bring it all back around, and we're about to get really heated in an argument later on in the show.
100%. I won't get heated, but yes.
Okay, we won't get heated. We're not going to get to the point of where we quit the show. But what is it pretty heated? If our take on a certain player is way different.
Yes, it is.
Now, I will agree with you that Seth Hannigan probably has one of the best arms in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like Drew Lock. A couple years ago. He had a cannon.
You know who else I was thinking of? Blaine Gabbert.
Who like
he wasn't as twitchy. He was not. Blaine Gabbert was obviously very. He heard footsteps all the time and booked it. Right. And Blaine was a little bit more athletic. Actually, Blaine and Riley are pretty comparable.
Yeah, you know what? I do like that comp with Riley. Now that I think about that. Yeah, no, but the thing is, he scrambled. I'm talking about him, He scrambled a lot.
I didn't look at well. I didn't think he ran as much as like Riley and some of these other guys.
No, not like Riley, but he scrambled more often, and not more often, but a good amount. They had some divine runs for him.
Yeah, he can. I did write that down. He can move. If you need him
but the speed is not killing by at the NFL level.
Yeah, this last year he ran for 80 times for 190 yards and a touchdown. But in 2022, he ran for 186 for 289 and 4. Yeah, he's averaging like a 2.5 when he runs. He's not.
Yeah, a couple yards on a scramble.
Yeah, he's not going to blow you away with his athleticism.
All right, now let's see who I have.
No, it'd be me. Remember,
it would be you. Sorry,
Quinn Ewers. I like Quinn Ewers a lot. I know saying maybe 8th, not like, but this is a very hard class. We talked about it. I talked about it with Big B. 1 through 10, I know we've been saying this a lot for the last couple of weeks, but man, it is hard with some of these quarterbacks. So Quinn Ewers is from Texas, obviously, Ohio State, whatever. He was a couple different schools. 22 years old, 6'2", 214. This last season at Texas, he had 293 completions out of 445 attempts. That was a 65.8 completion rating with 3,400 yards, almost 3,500 yards, 31 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. So some of these interceptions are not his fault. He does like to throw it in some tight spots, as we mentioned, but some of these were bad tips and other things that weren't completely under his control. I mean, 12 interceptions, this is the most. His other 2 years, he only had 6. So I'm going to call this an outlier year because he didn't have the same type of weapons he had the years before, which obviously you're never always going to have the same weapons in the NFL level.
I feel like Golden is a good weapon.
Yeah, I mean, he had Golden this year, but the other years he had multiple guys. This year was really just Golden and Helm. But I thought he had very good pocket awareness. He can throw on the run. He just drops it into what the hell? Oh yeah, he just drops it. I'm sorry, I thought I said right, but that's the slash wide receiver tight end. He has a very good ball placement. If it's a deep ball, he lays it perfectly right into the wide receiver tight end's hands. Works through his progressions very well. Okay, deep ball, not great. Good footwork. Sometimes poor ball placement, but puts it into and sometimes put his wide receivers in bad spots. I think this is all coming from the 24 season, a little bit from his 23 season. He steps into the pocket very well. He good follow through with his ball and good throwing motion. Solid quarterback, some upside, could develop into a starter, is what I said. Vader is and I lost my co-host because of his cat, so I'll sit here because Vader. I lost.
Not.
Put the cats up during the podcast.
Oh my goodness! When my sound all messed up and.
Bring back the graphic. Nobody wants to see us this big.
I was thinking.
But yeah, I like Quinn. I don't know. Yeah. I'm curious where you have Quinn. Is he here with me, or do you have him higher?
I'm not going to tell you.
Well, it's your turn.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to. I got Dylan Davis over here. Okay, look that on mine, by the way. Look good.
We never went off live. We were always live.
I'm sorry about that. I pressed the power button on the laptop.
Yeah, we were on live the whole time. We never stopped recording.
Okay, look good. Okay, Dylan Davis, 5'11", 205, 24 years old. I don't know if he ran the combine. He ran the combine, didn't he?
No, only like one quarterback, only like a handful of quarterbacks ran at the combine. And does it really matter? Do anybody really care about it, like quarterback speeds?
I want to hear that. Well, like I like his speed. Nah. I want to see his speed.
I don't know. I don't think he ran. I can check. You keep talking about it and I'll look.
To me, he makes all the throws. But was better than I expected for him. I don't know what I was thinking with Dylan Davis, but I did not have a great idea of. I was not expecting anything. I was like, has the ability to scramble and getting some yards. The height is definitely an issue, but is it really? How many quarterbacks have we seen though in the first round the last couple of years that are under 5'11"?
Yeah, it's becoming a little bit more of a norm than it used to be.
I mean, yeah, of course it's going to be an issue and have balls got it down. But here's what I saw from him. He can change arm angles. He's good at screenplays. He'll hit the check down. Like, and everywhere that he's been really good.
I'll talk about Dylan here in a little bit.
And guess what? My top with him is Russell Wilson. How lazy.
Fuck you. Did I tell you that? Did I say Russell Wilson?
Did you say that? No, you didn't.
No, but that was my comp. It's exactly who he is Russell Wilson. You're a dick.
No, you didn't tell me that. No, I was like, man, that reminds me of Russ.
That's exactly. I told my brother that.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of a lazy comp because, like, we can see short quarterbacks now and we're like, oh, it's Russell Wilson.
But they are literally fucking identical when they have
They are. All right. What's my next one? Or your next one? Oh, no, that's me. I'm a little higher on yours. And
what we're talking about. If viewers went in front of Gabriel went in front of you. Oh no, 7-8. We're right beside each other.
Oh no. You mentioned all the measurables. So I wish I would have done this with all my prospects. But I have it good, the bad, and the ugly with him. The good. He has the ability to create on the fly.
Yeah.
Like, you see him make a play and it's just like, wow. How did he even get out of that, for one?
He's kind of Brett Favre in his play style sometimes like that.
Like, he got out of the sack and then he was like, okay, well, throw the ball. Yeah, don't do this. And then he's like, oh, hey, let me throw it off my body over there.
He does. I think that's where he does make some questionable across the body or across the field throws. And you're like, ugh.
And he has such a really good arm that he can get away with it. Let's see. Has a potentially high ceiling. I feel like his ceiling might be better than most quarterbacks on this list.
I think so too. That's why I say it could be developed into a starter. I really do. I mean, I know it's low to say that at 8, but again, it was just so hard to rank these guys.
If he went to a good coach, that execute on his ceiling, I would really like him to go to the Browns and the Giants.
Yeah.
But bad. His footwork and setting his throws. Like, he doesn't set his feet sometimes. And if he was to set his feet, his throws would be a lot more accurate. And then the ugly. Every game, he makes that one throw that you're like, why?
Again, only had 12 interceptions this last year, first time ever.
I know, but it was always in a big moment, just like we talked about with Dylan Sampson.
You are dinging every quarterback for this. And I can't wait to throw it in your face.
Oh, boy. All right, let's see what you got here.
Well, we're just off here. I got Dylan Gabriel.
Oh.
So Dylan Gabriel, quarterback, Oregon, 24 years old, 5'11", 205. This last year all right, so first 3 years was at UCF, Central Florida. And the next 2 years was at Oklahoma. This final year was at Oregon. He was talked about becoming the next hot thing in 2020 because he came out for 3,500 yards, 32 and 4 touchdown season with UCF. But the next year he blew out his knee. Then he left UCF and transferred to Oregon and had 2 solid years at Oregon and another really good year at Oregon this last year, get into the Final Four, right? They made it to the Final Four of the playoffs, right?
No.
They get beat. Where did they make it? But they made it to the playoffs. Russell Wilson comp, but he is a lefty. You didn't say that. Dylan is a lefty. Always been safe with the ball. Always been safe with the ball. I mean, he.
I guess I didn't notice because he doesn't have the arm angle like most lefties does.
Yeah, he only had 7. His most interceptions in a single season was his freshman year with 7 interceptions. This last year, he threw it for 73% completion with 3,800 yards and 30 touchdowns.
That's good.
Yeah. Good footwork.
By the way,
athletic, decent speed. I think everything I was seeing, everybody's expecting to run he didn't run at the combine, and I didn't see anything about his pro day, but everywhere I saw where everybody was thinking of 4.8. 4.8 to 4.9 is what they expect Dylan Gabriel to run.
I was thinking more like 4.7 or 6, but yeah.
No. I looked at like 10 different sites while you were talking about them, and everybody was saying about a 4.8.
Oh, by the way, breaking news. The Giants have signed Davis Winston for 2-year contract.
Really? Why does that matter?
Look that up.
They're a starter right now. It's their starter right now. They don't have anybody.
Yeah, it's a starter. So don't draft somebody, though.
I'll go ahead and tell you right now, that means they've done waiting for Aaron Rodgers, and since Aaron Rodgers visited with the Steelers today, it's Aaron Rodgers, the Steelers, or nobody.
Basically, I can't wait for Mike Tomlin to get fired.
Yeah. Going back to Dylan Gabriel really quickly, he does have really good ball placement, quick release, great pocket awareness. He has some agility. He reads through his progression very well. Doesn't force many throws. He was a check down king. He did a lot of he didn't. 73% completion rating. He did make some big throws. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of his throws were like he's Russell Wilson with a Sam Bradford check down this last season. It seemed like.
Yeah. Like he could be love what he wants, but he just isn't.
Yeah. Yeah. And he does not have a deep 40 yards is his max. I know not a lot of NFL teams have design plays for more than that, but if you needed a Hail Mary from Dylan, you're not getting it. You better have it. Not going to happen with Dylan. But that's it. I really like Dylan. I think Dylan's another one like Russell Wilson. I really think Dylan could be another solid starter, Jeff Garcia type quarterback in the NFL. Okay. Chris, I want to ask you something. How do you say that? How do you say his name?
Tyler Shuck.
Yeah. How the fuck is that Shuck?
I have no idea, but that's how they play it on TV, so I go off of that. If it looks like Tyler Slow to me.
Fucking CK there. That is Tyler Shaw or Slow or however, but Shuck, you're making up shit. We're just making up shit. That's why people
make up names now.
That is why people hate the English language. We are making up shit now.
But if it's Shuck, it couldn't smell like Shuck.
Good God. Yeah, so Tyler Shuck, who I really like, obviously at 6. I'm trying to find where I wrote about good old Tyler. I can't remember when I watched them. Sorry. All right, Tyler Shuck. Here we go. Sorry. So, Louisville quarterback, 25 years old. Here's the problem. He's 25 right now. He will be 26 in September of this year. He is 6'5", 219. This last season, he was 244 out of 389 attempts, 62.7, but he was 3,200 yards, 23 and 6. Yeah, that's it, folks. He's a one-year wonder because every other damn year, broken fibula, broken collarbone again. This man is injury plagued. Saying all that, my God, he's pretty. He is the prototypical quarterback that has the arm, makes the plays. But he ran a 4.63 at the combine. He did.
Yeah.
He ran fast. He first played at Oregon, but transferred because of a certain quarterback on a certain team, aka Justin. If people don't know, strong arm, nice deep ball, good throwing motion, moves well in the pocket, steps up into it, makes all the throws, can make the throws off the platform from any angles. He had a sidearm touchdown throw versus Notre Dame that was gorgeous. Pocket passer, prototypical NFL quarterback. Can avoid the sacks. Just looks pretty standing in the pocket. He stands there. He's not a statue. He stands and looks like a quarterback. I like Tyler Shuck. Like I really do. I'm willing to risk him. And you easily could get a starter with Tyler. Like I think in the third round, I would take the flyer on Tyler. And if I need a quarterback, you thought you were side by side with me, didn't you?
No, I know I'm not side by side. I got Kyle McCord here, and I think my buddy Tyler might not even happen. Kyle McCord, 6'3", 218, 23 years old. Want to talk about a statue in the pocket? My boy is a statue in the pocket. Mobility of Philip Rivers, that's what I put.
Yeah.
Good on strength. Throws into tight windows well. Doesn't throw guys open. Throws off the back foot too much. Dangerous throws. Just like one of my boys that you're going to talk about later. But he made a bad team better.
He uplifted that Syracuse team.
That Syracuse team, not very good. Like the Orlando Jackson, that's all they had.
Don't they have a wide receiver?
Maybe. But yeah. No. He made that team really good. And if I think that he's a little bit lower than another guy, I think this guy's gonna be really good in the NFL. He's gonna get back up at least.
Jackson Meeks, a fringe guy, is the receiver I was thinking of.
Orlando Jackson.
I'll talk about McCord in a little bit.
All right, that's all I got for him. I'll double check and make sure I didn't have any more. Tyler Shuck. You're mention the measurables, so I'm not going to mention the measurables. The ball explodes out of this guy's hand. I don't know what else, again, it's like who I was talking about with Dylan Gabriel. I don't know what I was expecting, but this guy completely blew me away. Maybe because of all the injuries, but the ball slips out of his hands. He's more mobile than McCord. Has the tangibles and intangibles that you want in a starter. But, like you were saying, the injuries.
There for a hot second first round buzz about Tyler, but that's long gone. It's still, but don't be shocked day 2, like round 2, that Tyler could come off the board.
The injury, like, if they help, kid might be a really good quarterback for at least 10 years.
If you can, 26. He could be for 10 years. I mean, that's why you don't take him in the first, is because he's so old and injury prone.
So old and injury prone, but man, the deep ball's good.
Jalen Milroe, Alabama, is 22 years old, 6'2", 217. I started writing this down a little too late. I thought I got everybody, but I have their hand sizes, but I couldn't remember the right size of what quarterback hands are, so I stopped saying it. All right, so he's a 2-year starter. This last year, he was only 205 out of 319, which is a 64.3. 16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. This man is not safe with the ball. And he only threw for 2,800 yards, but 168 yards, 168 attempts on 726 yards, 20 touchdowns. This man within the 5-yard line is going to score you a touchdown with his legs. He did run a 4.3, 4.4. Something. He ran fast at his combine or his program. I forget what he ran.
I thought I put it down, but it was 4.8.
Yeah. So He scored. Like, that's where he scored. He excels with inside the 5-10, and he's gonna score, run and score. But I mean, 726 on 168 yards for a guy who's supposed to run and is the downfall. You were hoping for 168 attempts. You're hoping for a little bit more yards for a quarterback because they should be a little bit more choosy with their platform.
Do you have the stats on his deep ball?
No, I don't. But he's a 2-year starter. He was benched in 23 for a couple of games for poor play.
Poor play is definitely there.
He was completely shut down in Michigan in the playoff game, and when Michigan won the national championship. So elite defenses and Oklahoma shut him down this last year as well. Yeah. So he if you take his legs from him, can he beat you with the arm? And that is his issue. I don't know if he can beat you if you take away his legs. I said that. All right. Great runner. Makes a lot of plays with his legs. Great arm strength. Great arm strength. But it can either be right on the wide receiver where it should be or 10, 15 yards over the wide receiver's head. There's no in between. Consistency is Jalen Milroe's biggest fucking downfall. And accuracy. Consistency and accuracy is Jalen Milroe and why he is not a first-round candidate for a quarterback because of these issues. Can't beat you with his arm, I don't believe right now. He can make a lot of off-platform throws. But when he's hot, he's hot. But when he's cold, he's freezing. It's not bearable. If he goes in a drought, and that's all these things are the reasons he's not a first-round quarterback. I understand why teams love him and the potential of him, but he is definitely, you do not draft this man as your potential starter day one. He needs to sit. He needs to learn. He needs the Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. He needs a couple years to sit and learn before starting. He can extend plays, has all the tools and traits that you want. He does have choppy footwork, though. And he needs to get the interceptions down. That's my little spiel on Jalen Milroe. I did like Milroe more than I thought I was going to. Saying all that.
No, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I actually like him.
Kyle McCord at number 4.
McCord. I like that name.
So 22 years old. Obviously, Kyle McCord was the starting quarterback for Ohio State in 2023. He was 6'3", 218. He will become 23 in September. 23 season was with Ohio State, obviously. Good footwork, good ball placement, works through his progressions. Hitch in his throwing motion. I don't know if you caught that, but he has he pauses and then there's a hitch.
Something like a cotton.
Yeah. Can't throw on the run, can make a lot of throws. Quick release, willing to take the hit to make the throw. He's willing to stand in the pocket and wait till the last second to get that ball out and make the throw for his receiver. Decent deep ball, sloppy footwork at times, trust arm more than he probably should. But again, he has a lot more. He has a very good touchdown to interception ratio. Very good short to medium route quarterback. He does not have a very great deep ball, as I've already said. And he has a very nice back shoulder throw. I don't know, there's a lot of times in the end zone, he can throw that perfect back shoulder throw for his wide receivers to make a catch. So I like Kyle McCord. Some people like him a lot more. Some people don't like him. I mean, we're a little off on Kyle, but
I'm not saying I don't like him. I just like a couple guys more.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see where your guys are. Okay. I was wondering where you had Jalen, if you had him.
You're like, man, what if he doesn't have him? He was talking about him, he might like him. So here it is. I'm calling him Let the Next. I'm not drafting this guy to play quarterback. I mean, we're not drafting him in the first round, are we? Like,
I think some team will take the shot in the second round on him. I don't know if I would take him that high, but I think a team might pull the trigger.
But I like him in the offense, kind of like Jalen Hurts I didn't even set the Chargers. Didn't I like him in that Rick Roman style offense where like he can run the lead option, triple option,
That's not Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh wants the power eye.
They do run that. They ran the lead option with Kaepernick.
Yeah, that was a long time ago when they had Kaepernick, not when they have Justin Herbert.
I know it, but I'm saying like get this guy in there a couple snaps.
The Chargers have a lot more needs than fucking quarterback.
I know. Like, it's just a theory here. I'm just throwing things around, hitting the hand down the alley here. I just don't know if you're really gonna get a pure NFL starter out of Villanova.
It's all or nothing. You're gonna get a steal, or you're gonna just be like, oh, that was a wasted pick.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, maybe does develop, and maybe his accuracy is a little better. Well, I love the deep ball. The deep ball is great, but his footwork might be one of the worst footwork. It's the second worst footwork, maybe third worst footwork in this draft.
Yeah, he has very bad footwork.
But the upside is crazy. I'm talking like Jalen Hurts upside.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I think his ceiling is. It should be right there, where late second, where Hurts got taken.
So I'm a little more bullish than most. I mean, some people have him even higher. I don't know.
I think that's his height. I don't think more people are going to have him higher than 4.
I like him at 4. I didn't think I would. I think I was quoted as saying I wouldn't put him in my top 10. But
yeah, when you watch him, you get it.
I mean, I've seen Weapon X. Just like Justin Fields, when we were talking about how they can stop using Justin Fields as a quarterback.
Yeah.
If we can use Jalen Nolo as a weapon, we might get the most out of them. Remember Jackson Dart? One of not the best ball in the class, but I like it. It's pretty. We'll scramble to get into nerves. I can't remember when he ran, but I know that he has a fast 40. Took way too many unnecessary hits in college. Like, if you take hits like that in the NFL, he's not going to last a year.
See, quarterbacks take hits all the time and last a long time.
Yeah, but the way that he was running.
That's more, you need to be said that about Riley Leonard than anybody.
Well, him and Riley Leonard on that. Okay?
Jar does.
Oh, Jackson Dart, by the way, 6'2", 223. I didn't get his age.
21.
21, yeah. So he's like one of the youngest in the class.
He is the youngest in the class.
So then throws across his body. That's what I saw a lot. So then throws across his body. The footwork needs to be improved. I didn't mention the unnecessary hits. But man, I just feel like he has the potential to be one of the most successful quarterbacks in this draft.
That's not saying much, though.
I know, it's not. But man, if you like I'm trying Browns or something?
No, he's not going to go to the Browns.
I don't know.
Steelers is probably his ceiling.
Yeah, that's a good spot though. Sit behind Aaron Rodgers.
Just hit the enter button.
No.
Hit it.
Well, I'm done. I'm quitting the podcast. This is absolutely trash.
I came with the fire, sir.
And stupidity.
The fire. Everything you have said 1,000 times about all these other fucking quarterbacks, he does it 10 times worse. I don't want to hear
I don't know what we're watching. I don't know what little he's watching. He's a little drunk.
Hold on. Cameron Ward, quarterback Miami, 22 years old, 6'2", 223. All right, here's a good thing. He's 22 years old, a 5-year starter. He started at UIW, which is Innicood Woods, something crazy. Then he went to Washington State for 2 years. Then this last year at Miami.
Comment word.
He never had. He's about a 65% completion rating quarterback. He over 4,000 yards, 39 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions because it was a passing offense in Miami.
That's terrible. 7 interceptions.
Will be 23 by the NFL season. Can break away from the sacks. Athletic. He can run more than you expect him to. Strong arm. Make some arms. He does make some throws look easy. Lazy stance. Or I shouldn't say lazy. That's always the wrong word. The word that I use now is casual. He's very, very, very too casual and waits until the last possible second to turn it on, to bring it in. And he thinks he got away with it in college. You're not going to be able to do that in the pros. He trusts way too much into his arm. And so many throws he made, multiple NFL defenders are going to pick it or tip it. A lot of his throws are underthrown or overthrown. He sneaks it in there a lot, and I don't believe that luck sticks through. He's very good with the seam routes. Sometimes I already said all that. I just moves are well around the pocket, can be very accurate, but very inconsistent with his accuracy. Good footwork, throws a lot of risky balls, a lot of luck when some of the tips not become interceptions, and plays very casual. I said all that. There are so many times I watched the tape, the ball was just an inch away from that defender, or the ball would get tipped and magically land in a Miami wide receiver or weapon. It happened so many times watching Cameron Ward that a ball was tipped and it was magically another wide receiver right there or tight end right there to make the play. Cameron Ward, his completion rating should be a lot lower because of the luck that this man has a horseshoe shoved down his throat and a Lucky Charm shoved up his ass, because this guy is the definition of luck when he throws the football and the stuff he got away with. He gets away with so much. It's insane. He is not, I will say this, highest ceiling, no doubt, highest ceiling quarterback out of these top three, probably in the class, but guaranteed basement floor. It's boom or complete and utter bust. There is no in between with Cameron Ward. That's my
This
spiel.
is absolutely terrible. This is the worst take of the whole mock season.
He's not a franchise-saving quarterback.
This is the worst take. This is absolutely terrible. You're talking about a second rounder ahead of a first rounder.
You'll get your time, sir. You'll get your time.
This is terrible.
All right, Jackson Dart from Ole Miss. Hold on, Spankia.
I didn't mean to
talk
cut
about
that.
Jackson for 10 minutes. Let me get my 2 seconds with Jackson. You said a lot about it, but this last year at Ole Miss was 69.3% completion, 4,300 yards, 29-6. He's 21 years old, as I've already said. Very strong arm, athletic, rushing touchdown versus Wake Forest. He lowered his shoulder. It was nice, but I don't want my quarterback doing that. He literally, Mike Allstott, a guy, but
does that a lot.
Yeah, I love it. I don't want my quarterback doing it. You know, he's a leader. I put leader down a lot of times because he goes out there and he leads his offense. You know, he puts his body on the line for his offense, and it shows. Love it, but I need him to dial that down a little bit when he comes to the pros. He reads defenses really well. He works through his progressions. I need him to rely less on his legs and want him to run a little bit or throw it a little bit more. Good deep ball. Can make all the throws. Quick release. Good throwing motion. We both like Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart has solidified himself as a day one pick in the NFL draft coming up.
All right. Lower Flanders. It's 1.5. I had to make sure to get the hat in there for you. I know that 1.5. 212 for the 5. Not the mission for me. Let's say in my notes. 5 within the mission. But that's not great on strength. Mobile, but not a scrambler. He's not scrambling to get yards. He's scrambling to get out of the pocket and make a play. Let me tell you, he's always got the best footwork in the draft.
100%. He's 100% the best footwork.
But he has a hard time picking up pressure. He'll get out of it. But a lot of the times, especially that Nebraska game, I don't know what they were doing, but they had his number. Those blitzes coming out the edge, and a lot that in the NFL, and they're going to do that in the NFL. So, he's going to have to learn how to pick that up. I don't know if his offensive line is terrible. So, I'm going to give him a pass on that. Colorado's offensive line was absolutely trash. He holds the ball way too long. Way too long.
So did Aaron
Rodgers. Kind of reminds me of Caleb Williams from last year. Why are you holding the ball too long and doing dumb stuff?
10 interceptions is the first time he ever had double-digit interceptions this last season.
I'm not saying it's causing them to throw.
It was 6 or less. So you're going to talk
unnecessary sacks.
Okay, sack is better than a fumble or interception.
But in the NFL, you take a sack, you can get a fumble. It's not like the college.
Aaron Rodgers did all this.
Is he Aaron Rodgers?
I'm not saying he's Aaron Rodgers, but I'd rather take a sack. He doesn't have fumbles. You're saying something that it's possible, but he didn't have it. He didn't do it in the college level. So you can't knock it and think that's going to change in the NFL. You have to go off of what you have.
Is that just the trend now? The guys who hold the ball too long now. It's kind of be like Mahomes.
With the ball. It's better than throwing 20 interceptions like Jameis Winston.
Now, I love it. I love his game. Like, for me, it's Shador and Cam Ward, and they're both A and B here. I don't know what he's doing, drunk, but yeah.
Because Cam is not that
Ward
good. Just like Will Campbell at the offensive tackle being overhyped. Same with Cam Ward. This quarterback class isn't that great, so people are making somebody who's not that great more than what he should be. If Cam Ward came out last year, he was a day 3 pick, and his stats are the same fucking identical thing. And yet he had multiple losses in a weak conference, plays until the last second, and doesn't lead his team to even the playoffs in the weakest conference. And he had 3 losses. And Miami went all out, and they couldn't fucking win in a weak conference.
That didn't help either.
I'm not saying you're right, but the dude, if the dude would play all 4 fucking quarters, then maybe the defense didn't have to fucking play their heart out.
Put up the giant lead. But if you put up the giant lead and the defense and the whole lead, how's that his fault?
And that's the only time fucking Cam Ward starts stat stuffing is when the defense backs off. And then, magically now he has fucking 400 yards and 5 touchdowns because he was down by fucking 5 touchdowns, so the defense laxed off.
So you're telling me that he can bring your team back when it's down by points? How is that a bad thing?
Because he doesn't do it every quarter, and you're not going to be able to do that in the NFL. That's a whole – and he played in a weak conference against weak defenses. The ACC has always been known for weak defenses. He struggled, and he didn't always lead them back. That's why they didn't make the playoffs. That's why he had multiple losses.
And
that's why he threw multiple interceptions. He had to wait to stat stuff.
Nah.
100%.
You're way off, bro.
You're way off.
Him wore that bullying from the absolute embarrassment. Cam Ward,
none of these quarterbacks, first of all, have the conversation be top 5 or top 10 or top 15. None of these guys do.
And the benefit for this class.
Quarterback. No, in any class. If you added Cam Ward into last year's class, he's quarterback 8. He's quarterback 9.
No, he's not. Stop it.
Okay, hold on.
Better than Ben Daniels? Probably not.
Here we go. Let's go find it. Where's the rankings at? Big boards. Okay, let's go to the 24. Positional rankings. Okay. So, Jaden Daniels. Do you have Cam Ward in front of Jaden Daniels?
No, I just said no.
Okay, hold on. Drake May. Do you have Cam Ward in front of Drake May?
No.
Okay, do you have him in front of Caleb Williams?
Yes.
You have him in front of Caleb Williams?
Yes.
You're fucking stupid. You're stupid.
They're the same. They're the same guy.
Not even close. Caleb Williams was considered a generational talent coming out of high school, coming out of college, and was a
Caleb Williams
quarterback. Cam Ward was a 0-star who had to go to England. They're not the same quarterback. You're smoking shit.
I would have him in front of Caleb Williams.
You're fucking stupid.
I'm a USC fan.
And your organization would be ruined for it. That is stupid to take him in front of Caleb Williams. Because Caleb Williams is better than him. J.J. McCarthy's better than him. Bo Nix is better than him.
No,
okay, he's quarterback 7. Because I would have had him in front of Michael Penix.
No, I would have had him in front of Bo Nix for sure.
No, not even in the ballpark. Not even in the ballpark. And you know why? Hey, you want to know why? Because guess what? He went into the draft, if you remember that, sir. He went into the draft. But then he quickly realized nobody was going to draft him, and he had to commit and go back to college. So don't sit here and act like one more year at a great university with a lot of talent changes that much.
Well, when that last would have been whether they had him in front of Caleb Williams, well, now I'm going to one of the 2 quarterbacks taken.
And he shouldn't.
If he's not going to get taken, Jackson Dart's not going to go for him. We know this.
I would take Jackson Dart all day, every day in front of Cam Ward, and I would even feel bad about it. But you haven't said anything about Cam Ward. I've been fucking hating on it. So what's your opinions on Cam?
Yeah, you got that haterade going. I don't know what you like on the podcast, but then you got this pure hate going on. By the way, I love it. As the hater, I love it.
Kick Kyle Pitts. I know 2 different positions. Kyle Pitts.
By the way, we're complete opposites on this. I believe that his anticipation is one of the best in this class. You call it luck. I call it anticipation.
Not even close. That man is fucking straight luck.
What I was talking about with Shador Sanders and the blitzes, couldn't snap, handle it, and read the blitz coming. And he's like, well, I'm going to take my arm angle and throw it sidearm to get it in a flight receiver with sweat though. He knows how to change his arm angles. He knows how to read defenses. He knows how to make the throw guys open. It's all the tangibles that you want for an NFL quarterback are there. Now he is lackadaisical. He's very lackadaisical.
His arm is better than what it truly is because his arm is not even. I would say Dart, Milrow, Shuck, Ewers, Hannigan, all have better arms
hold on.
than
Okay, let
Ward.
me just get my
I
notes
don't
and
think
then
Ward
hold
has
on. Let me get my
enough.
notes and then get this stuff in. Bouncing in the pocket. Will Bouncing. Would like to see him step into the throws more. He don't, like you said, he's kind of lazy. His instinct and no coverage has impressive. Changing arm angles well. Which, like we saw with Mahomes, has done really well in the NFL with doing that.
Not every quarterback's Mahomes.
Am I saying he's Mahomes?
You
Am I saying he's Mahomes?
say he does Mahomes things, and
I'm saying he do Mahomes things, okay?
and he can't.
Mahomes style. But it's not Mahomes.
I'm taking crazy pills here. That's what I feel like when
You
people
are
talk.
taking crazy pills.
fucking
Got on
Cam
that
Ward.
plane. What is going on?
Because he's not that good. I had to leave him there. There is an obvious drop off from Ward to McCord, but my God, he's not that great, guys. Like stop. We're raising this class up. We're raising him up because it's an important need. Nothing has changed every year.
It knows in the Giants.
If he was
It
so
knows that
great,
Brian Dobble.
why wasn't he talked about being drafted in the 23 season while he went off at Washington State? Why wasn't he talked about being drafted even his better year in 22 at fucking at Washington? This dude had nothing, but he was never talked about being drafted. He was Twitter loved, but all of a sudden he goes to Miami and he has this semi-good year, and everybody's like, Cam Ward's quarterback one.
Didn't you say those 7 interceptions? Act like he was like 20.
I'm telling you, this dude is not good.
He doesn't turn the ball over.
He turns it over more than Shador Sanders.
You say he had 7 interceptions.
7, 9, 10, 4.
That's not much. That's not much. Didn't you talk about
he's a 65%.
Milo like throwing like what?
He's a 65% completion guy with great talent always around him. 65% completion rating. That's the bare minimum to be a good quarterback in the NFL.
And Lamar's one of MVP once.
Lamar won because of he's otherworldly talented too. Cam Ward is not.
I'm telling you, he's going to take the team to the playoffs.
I'm telling you, Cam Ward is the guaranteed bust out of this quarterback class. Guaranteed.
You know what? So let me go on the record here saying that Cam Ward, you're saying Cam Ward's going to get bust.
Oh, 100%. I'm not even slap. I wish we had a sticker slap bust.
Slap bust on it. Okay,
Yeah.
so if I could pick one quarterback on this draft that's going to go in the top 2 rounds, I'm going to say Jackson Dart's going to get bust. I don't know about Shador.
Jackson Dart's going to have a better situation than any other quarterback in this class. He's going to go late in the first to a team that actually is a good team like the Steelers.
But you know how much I love USC and he's from USC. But I'm going to stand bust on Jackson Dart.
I wouldn't argue that as much. But let me talk about Shador here because I never got to say anything about him. Shador Sanders, quarterback, 23 years old, 6'2", 215, but you said he was 6'1" and a half. This last year,
that's what Allen Combine said.
The last 3 years, this man has been over 70% completion rating. This last year, 74% completion rating. He was 4,100 yards.
Run that by me one more time.
What's that?
What did you say?
I said he was 74% completion rating this last year.
What was the year before?
70. And the year before that, 71. This dude is accurate. He doesn't throw a lot of picks. This last year was his only double-digit season at 10, but he had 37 touchdowns as well. But 37 and 10 is not horrible. You're going to live with that. But the year before, 27 and 3. The year before that, 40 and 6. Not an elite arm strength. I will give him that. He does not have an elite arm. He is going to be more 10 to 20 yard range, and
It's good enough.
It's good enough. Great stance, great throwing motion, moves well inside the pocket. The best footwork in this class, very accurate, puts the ball where it needs to be. Athletic enough to break from sacks and then extend the plays. Makes a lot of the throws that you want. Looks like a quarterback. Best ball placement at an elite level. He has the best ball placement in this class, and it's not even close.
At the worst, we're getting Chad Pennington.
Improved each year. Love that. Can throw on his back foot. So when he's moving around, he can launch it and get it to where it needs to go. And he made a lot of great plays at Colorado. Shedeur Sanders has the lowest ceiling, but the highest floor. I think Shedeur Sanders is going to be Jameis Winston, a guy. You're good.
No. He's not going to turn it over like Winston.
No, I'm not. You're right, but I'm just saying he's going to be a very
Chad
good.
Pennington.
Chad Pennington was never. Yeah, okay, Chad. I don't like Chad Pennington. He's more athletic than Chad Pennington.
But he's not going to turn the ball over.
No, he's not going to turn the ball over. Shedeur is just a for sure thing. It might not be the sexiest pick or the sexiest quarterback, but he's going to be a very solid, good quarterback for your organization. He is I'm taking him because he's just safe. He's the safe.
He likes to play it safe.
74%. I can win. I can win with that. He's accurate. He puts the ball where it needs to be. It's not like he's not like he had elite level talent at wide receiver there. All of his wide receivers.
Travis Hunter?
Shut the fuck up about Travis Hunter being a wide receiver right now.
And
you're talking about one fucking
guys that he had around it yet, $1,000
and they're all going to go day 3 if undrafted. Jimmy Horn Jr. and fucking Wester are not going to get drafted early in this draft whatsoever. Okay, so sit down. It's not like he had an elite level besides Travis Hunter, and Travis Hunter is going to be a fucking corner in the NFL. You all know it.
Yeah, he's going to play wide receiver.
Then the team who takes him, he's not going in the top. You don't take Travis Hunter in the top 5 as a wide receiver. He's not that. He's not Jamar Chase at the wide receiver position.
Playing him that high to play both.
You're not. No team is going to play him both ways. You fucking know that. The NFL will not play him both ways. If you think that, you might as well get that out of your head now.
Oh, I think they will.
I
guarantee he plays 15 snaps.
You said both ways 100%. You are now tracking and making up new.
More than 15 snaps.
That's something different. But they're not going to do it it's not going to last. He's not going to do it every down, every play. You're not taking him to be that. But Sanders is for sure the most sure thing could be in this class as a quarterback. I'm taking Sanders. I'm going to build a great offense. I'm taking the for sure thing. I've seen Brad Johnson. I've seen Trent Dilfers win Super Bowls, and he's better than both of them.
Brad Johnson was not that bad.
He wasn't that great.
No, he was not that great. He was solid.
He's Phillip Rivers.
Stop it.
That was just a last little jab right at you.
Yeah.
We got heated at the last moment here. We obviously see some things here differently. That's fine. That's what makes this so fun because I talk about everybody sees something different when you watch tape. You could be wrong. You could be right. Just stick by your word. That's all you can do. If somebody calls you out, look, Mel Kiper does it perfectly. Matt Barkley said guaranteed Matt Barkley is going to be a franchise. And he said, you can save this tape and throw it back in my face. And they do it every year, and he plays like a champ. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right,
it wasn't just Matt Barkley. It was the guy from the Notre Dame.
Yeah, Matt Barkley. No, that's not Matt Barkley. It was whatever his name.
Jimmy Clausen.
Jimmy Clausen. There it is. But you gotta stick with your guns. If you say something about a guy And if you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. Just don't be a douche either way. If you're right, take it like a champ. If you're wrong,
no, take a victory lap.
you take a big. But don't love it in everybody's face. Like, don't be that guy.
I was right.
Yeah, because in this game, you're wrong is just as much as you're right when drafting prospects. Prospects.
Well, can we just say that 22 for that class was just absolutely trash?
Everybody who doesn't remember 22 was Malik Willis, Desmond Ritter, Matt Corral, and
My boy,
Carson Strong. But there was another one in that like group of three that went. Kenny Pickett.
Small hands.
Yeah, so that was that class. Obviously, this class is better than that.
By the way, I remember what's his name's hands were just the same size. Dylan Gabriel were the same size.
Yeah, I forgot. I wrote down the stat somewhere what the right hand size was, and I thought I started it because Cam Ward had smaller hands than what you would want in your quarterback. But I think it's the 9-inch rule, isn't it? I think that's what it is. You want your quarterback to have 9-inch. I think that's what it is.
It's 9.5 for Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, so he's fine. I thought it was the 9-inch rule.
I think it was a 9-inch rule.
Yeah, I think it's the 9-inch rule.
But I have to double check that stat, but I think it was 9.5.
But that is it. There's our prospects. Mine have changed a lot. I don't know about Chris. I've rewatched. Things have changed. I will personally be updating and blasting my updated top 10s before the draft because my rankings have changed significantly since.
Yeah. I'm updating my big board and it's way different.
So we will release our new top 10s whenever, but just know some of them have changed. So we appreciate you tuning in this week. And remember, next week is a My Guy episode. And then every other week after that until the draft will be a mock draft.
Ooh, I can't wait for the My Guy episode.
Yeah, me either. And fun fact right here.
Thank you for listening to the
Nobody can draft the same guy. So if your guy gets taken, they're off the board.
Nelly Sports and the Hater at Supercharged 33.